shadows whisper when the lights go dim. Cold breath crawling on my skin. Voices echo from the other side. Is it real or just my mind? Things paranormal talks in the dark. Secrets buried leave a burning mark. We interview the dead, we debate the unknown. Chasing shadows where the seeds are sown. Fingers tapping on a Ouija board. Broken silence like a shattered chord. Eerie hums in the dead of...
It worked.
Yeah. Did it cut off? Did it cut off or not?
It says we're live, but guys.
Yeah, it is live. It cut off at the same part as always.
Good
So
old
45
technology.
seconds. Well,
I'll
what
put
the
it back
hell?
in again. I'll
Yeah.
put it back in again.
So, everyone, welcome to another episode.
Of Things Paranormal Talks.
Yeah.
It's almost like we rehearsed it. We didn't.
No. Tonight we have someone as a guest. He is a TikTok creator, podcaster as well. And there was something with Sipa. But I forgot. I'm sorry. We have Lee Hatfield.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Shane. Thanks for having me. And the SEPA part is the team that I'm with, Scientific
That
Investigation of
wasn't.
Paranormal Activity.
You have to explain
Yes,
it again, probably.
I
Yeah,
can see what kind of podcast this is going to be tonight.
like always, not too strict. We laugh a lot and have
Yes, we
fun
do.
and some interesting things, of course. But we try to be as cozy as possible.
Oh, yes.
Well, those beers, Shane, that you said were going to arrive haven't arrived yet, so I'm very disappointed.
Ah, damn it. See, I forgot something. I knew it. And I was drinking water. Being healthy.
Hey, I've got a good cup of tea here, so
Oh, that's also good.
All
Very
right.
healthy. Well, again, Lee, thank you so much for joining us.
you're most welcome.
For the ones who don't know who you are, which we do, could you introduce yourself and what do you do?
Sure. So my name's Lee Hatfield. I'm the co-lead for SEPA Canada, even though I don't sound Canadian because I'm originally from the UK. And SEPA is Scientific Investigation of Paranormal Activity. We're based in the National Capital Region of Canada, so that's Ottawa. The team itself has been together for just over 2 years. 3 experienced guys got together, decided to join forces, and then my podcast, SEPA Paranormal Chronicles, has been going for about 15 months now. And you guys are on it a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
True.
After stalking you.
Yes. TikTok stalking. That's a new occupation now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm known for the stalker because if someone says, okay, I will come on, just give me some dates, I will keep pushing after a few weeks. Have you looked at your schedule? Can you squeeze us in? I'm on top of it.
Yeah, I did draw the line when you started tapping at my bedroom window, though, Mary, because I'm 13 stories up. So I couldn't figure out how you managed to get onto the balcony.
I can climb very well.
Here's the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is going to be one of those episodes. So I shared out. I loved it. But you're doing in your podcast all different topics, UAPs, the paranormal, Ouija boards. Yeah, that's the advantage of following you and sharing out everything. But what do you do yourself in the paranormal? And what was your first experience?
So We are a team of 8, SEPA Canada, but we initially had a team of 3. Like I said a few minutes ago, the 3 of us are in different teams, weren't happy the way that respective team was going. We met up. We actually met up on a Valentine's Day or Valentine's evening ghost walk. My wife bought 1 ticket to send me. Yeah, work that one out. She bought 1 ticket to send me on a Valentine's Day or night haunted walk. And I met up with the 2 guys that were also there without their respective wives. So it's like, hang on a minute, I can see a theme here. We kind of hit that spark straight away. Decided that we wanted to work together. Met up in a pub 2 weeks later, and then SEPA was created, and we've kind of gone from strength to strength from there. My first real experience, because when you're a kid, if you see something, you just think it's natural. You don't think about a paranormal thing unless you literally get apparitions or something coming into your bedroom. But my first real experience when I was a paramedic in the UK, it was a Saturday night. I was working with a new guy because my regular partner was off sick. So this new guy came in, and as you normally do when you're working with a new guy, you just talk about football or you talk about your hobbies, that kind of thing. And we got called to a cardiac arrest. And I was the senior paramedic, so we turned up on scene. We start working on this guy, and he's doing CPR, and I'm getting other stuff ready. And then I gave him a break to do some CPR, and he literally said to me, "You can stop doing CPR." And I went, "What are you talking about?" He went, "Oh, the spirit of the patient is stood behind you, and he says he's not coming back, so you can stop doing CPR. It's his time." And I'm kind of like, I've kind of got my professional head on, and I've kind of got the WTF moment. It's like, what the? And I then said to him, "Well, with all due respect, please tell the patient that I've got a job to do and I have to carry on." So we carried on, and we, if you don't get any response after 20 minutes, you can say, "Okay, unfortunately, this person's passed." So we did the paperwork, got back in the vehicle. It's like, dude, you can't say that in the middle of a cardiac arrest. And I went, "So what's this?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I didn't tell you that bit back at the station, but I'm a medium and I can see spirits." It's like, F word, F word, F word, bleep, bleep, bleep. And it's like, yeah. So that was kind of my first real interaction. I didn't see the spirit, but he did. And then I'd always kind of had a bit of a skeptical mind about the paranormal. Yeah, we used to have a TV show in the UK that I used to watch, and you could tell that it wasn't as legitimate as what it should have been. Like, the lights would go out and something would make a noise, and you go, it's one of the film crew, come on. So I was skeptical for the longest time, but after that one incident, I thought, well, okay, maybe there is something out there. So let's just start. And I did started researching and getting books, and then even then I didn't watch the shows. Not really until I came to Canada in 2013 did I start watching the shows. But I took a big interest. But back then, there wasn't as many groups. There wasn't any podcasts. There was, like one TV show. But now it's completely erupted, and there's almost groups at every corner.
Yep.
Thousands of podcasts on the subject. Quite a few TV shows, even TV shows that are dedicated to the paranormal. So in the last 20, 25 years, the way that it's turned to be more positive and more open. So that's basically how my paranormal career started.
Didn't it scare you that he told you that the patient was standing there like, I'm
Well,
not coming back?
kind of, but you're so focused on doing the job because you kind of have to, matter of life and death, so to speak, that I kind of just like went, okay, whatever, in my mind. But then I had to carry on and do the job because nobody wants the husband, the father, or whatever to die. So
True.
I had to kind of focus on what I was doing, and then it's like afterwards, it's like, you come here, you and I need to have a chat.
Yeah, I only can imagine. Oh my God.
It would scare you.
Yeah,
It would scare me.
if I'd seen the spirit, that might have been a different
Oh,
matter.
yeah.
It'd have been no, I'm calling it now. You're dead. Off you go. But yeah, I did look over my shoulder and didn't see anything. But yeah, that was this is how tonight's going to be on this shift, is it? Okay.
That would have been a weird experience. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a story that I do tell a lot, to be fair.
I can understand why, because it's a good story.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's an experience I would like to have. Probably never going to happen, but still, that would be something I would like to have. Yeah.
Just go out and find someone dead and start doing CPR, see what happens.
Oh yeah, you never know.
Yeah, like a morgue. So,
That thing is not going to work in the morgue.
yeah, it's like, Shane, what are you doing here? Get out.
Well, I'm trying to do CPR, see spirit, but no, it's not working.
yeah. I don't think they'd buy it somehow.
No, I don't think so either.
Can I film?
Sure, sure.
And then you'll see Shane being like escorted
Locked
away
up.
with handcuffs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Straight jacket.
Yeah.
It's not going to be handcuffs. It's going to be straight jacket.
yeah, they think you're a lunatic.
Give me a sec.
yeah.
Can you see if this jacket fits? Yeah. Great, thanks. Yeah.
Probably not. I'm too big.
Oh,
But you mentioned you moved to Canada. What was
Yeah.
the reason for moving to Canada?
I married a Canadian. It's as simple as that. We'd been talking online for a couple of years, and the way that my shift pattern worked, every 8 weeks I'd got 18 days off. So for like 2 years solid, it was either she flew to England or I flew to Canada. And then we kind of made the decision that one of us was either going to move to the other's country. I took the plunge thinking that it would be easy to become a paramedic in Canada, and it wasn't. So, but I decided to stay, and I now work for the government, so can't
Also
complain.
good.
Yep.
Oh, that's also good.
As things have happened, everything's slotted into place, and I'm doing okay.
Yeah, that was noticeable.
yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. Well, it's a real plunge in the deep.
It is.
You're most welcome.
Yeah. Your team, does they only do location wise, or do they also do residential investigations?
Well, it's really weird over here because if you have something going on in your home, it's not very often that people will let you know about it. We've actually been to just one residential, and then that turned out to be not as given. So this girl was saying that she'd got spirits in a house all over the place. And she sent us a video of her dog barking at the cupboard. She sent us a picture of a dead bird in the garage. And it's like, okay. And then, like a moving child's toy, but it moved from behind the camera going forward. So it's like, okay, benefit of the doubt. And we decided to turn up after her saying, no, I've got, I can see spirits. And we turned up and she was like, well, yeah, the dog barks at the cupboard. But then we found out that that's where the dog treats were. So that put my skeptical head on straight away. And then, we had a dead bird in the garage. And I thought, well, that's not that unusual. You know, a bird gets trapped in the garage, and it dies. Didn't think anything of that. And then she's tried to tell us that the children toys were switching on, but like I say, the footage that we had, it came like away from where the camera was, so it's like but the icing on the cake was her boyfriend was sat on a leather sofa, and she picks up a cell phone and goes, look, there's a spirit sat next door to my boyfriend. So I went, what app are you using to see that? She went, oh, Snapchat. So I was like, I'm sorry, are you using what? And I went, you do realize that that's not a paranormal investigation app. That's just an app to put like profiles on your face and stuff like that. She went, no, I've been told it's really good. And then we kind of like, okay, yeah, this is not as given. Yeah, it was more of an attention seeking. But with regard to locations, it's very difficult over here to get into some locations because they're government owned. And it's either, yes, there's stories about it, but it'll be really expensive to go and pay and play, so to speak, or they just don't want anything to do with people coming in and doing investigations in case it gives them a bad name. Yeah. So, we do have a selection of local locations that we go to. We are always looking for different locations, but like I say, it's not that easy, to be honest. And then, we only have a couple in the city, but one no longer does investigations. It's now a hostel, and the other location is one of the biggest hotels in the city. So the only way that you can investigate is if you want to pay X amount of dollars to spend the entire night there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the closest one that we go to regularly is like an hour and a half away. And we've got an investigation next weekend, and that's a good 90 minutes to 2 hours away. So, there's not many of them that close, to be honest, which is unfortunate. Yeah. So, yeah, but it's difficult to get a decent location over here.
Yeah, that's something that's you mentioned it while we had the interview, and I remember that, and it's still a weird thought that a country that big and popular, because it's very popular if it comes to the paranormal as well, is not allowing paranormal investigators into buildings. It sounds like the Netherlands or England, because England is as hard as the Netherlands, for what I understand. So,
well, you guys as well as myself follow a lot of people, both this side of the pond and in Europe, and there does seem to be a lot of locations that people are always posting about, but I don't know on how easy or how difficult they are. The wife and I went to England in November for a family issue, and we ended up going to a World War I / World War II museum that had been opened since I'd moved away, so I never had a chance to go, and I love my history. So we kind of went, and the wife was talking to the owner, found out that he started talking about some of the strange things that has happened, and he's literally invited us to come over and then do a paranormal investigation at the museum.
Cool.
Yeah, but logistics wise, it would be a nightmare. But it'd probably be easier for you guys to go because you're closer than what I am.
Yeah, but still logistically.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Because you have to get some suitcase.
Yeah. You guys can drive. I can't.
Yeah, that is true. In that case, logistically, it's possible.
Yeah, but still, we have to explain what we have in the suitcase.
Well, I can show them.
Yeah. And we've had we've done one investigation in the US, and stopping at the border, it's like, okay, where are you going? We're going to this location. How long are you going for? we're going for 3 days. Why are you going? We're going to see if it's haunted. It's like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, we're going to see if this place is haunted. And it's like, have a good day. Get out of here. Get out of here.
We headed to Norwich.
Yep.
Yeah. Because
Mary had to explain what we were going to do.
yeah, my suitcase was so heavy. And she said, "Are you here on a holiday?" I said, "No, we are going for paranormal investigations over here." And she said, "What?" I said, "We are going to look for ghosts. And I have equipment in my suitcase. Okay, have fun."
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to speak to these nutters. Let's go. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Just move.
the wife and I went to a paranormal convention a year last November, and it was in New Jersey. I'm not sure why you wait. Oh, I thought you were waving at me then, Shane. I thought, no, we've already introduced. And we went to this paranormal convention in New Jersey, and going through, it's like, what are you doing? I'm going to a paranormal convention. What? What's one of them? So it's like, yeah, it's all about ghost hunting and Ouija boards. And we went, go. And then coming back, the girl on the board says, "Have you got anything to declare?" So I go, "Well, I wanted to bring a Ouija board back, but the wife wouldn't let me." And then the wife leans over and goes, "Yeah, he wanted to bring a haunted doll back, and I won't let him bring one of them over." And she went, "No, neither would I. Have a nice day. See you."
I need to remember that. We are going to Edinburgh, so
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna find.
Oh,
yeah,
that's true.
exactly.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. You ain't bringing a haunted doll on plane.
I'm not bringing a haunted doll on the plane, but who knows? An attachment.
The wife's got a couple of porcelain dolls. I think I might stick them on eBay and go "not haunted" and see what happens.
Probably get bought.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Easy.
I think so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Easy.
absolutely. What's your thought about Ouija?
I don't know what it is. We do have one as part of the team, but I never ever get involved with it. I don't. Yeah, I watched The Exorcist and those kind of movies when I was a kid, so I don't know if it's that at the back of my mind. But anytime anybody's said, "Oh, do you want to get involved with a Ouija board?" It's like, "Nope, thanks. Nope, off you go." But I'm also, a different generation than what some people are nowadays.
Yeah.
Where back in the day, it was, if you do that, it's a portal, you'll get an attachment and all that kind of stuff. But now I edge on the side of caution and go, I'm not playing with that. My colleague knows, or my colleagues, I should say, they know that I'm never ever going to do it. So they've stopped asking me now. Sort of like, "Lee, can you film this while we do it?" Yeah, I'm good with that. So I'm the one with the camera.
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw you also talk about UFOs and UAPs. Did you have any experience with an UFO?
And no, and that's what's really disappointing me. Because like, we look, the way that our balcony looks, it goes north and the city is kind of behind us. And we go out at night time and look, and like, I'm very disappointed that I haven't seen anything. But I've got some really good friends that are really big into it, so I have them on the podcast and stuff like that. But yeah, it's sort of like, I'm really disappointed that I haven't seen anything. But I'm also ex-military as well, so getting your logical head on, if you see lights coming towards you, the chances are you're just going to go, "That's probably an aircraft." And you know what an aircraft looks like. You've got red one side, green the other side, and white in the middle. And if someone says, "Oh, there's some coloured lights there," and then they disappear, well, I'm just going to go, "Well, that's okay. The aircraft just banked and moved away, so you can't see it anymore."
Yeah.
So I'm very logical with regard to that. But I've spoken to people that have actually they say they've been abducted, I cannot say that they're lying or it didn't happen, because it didn't happen to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I can only listen to their story and then ask questions accordingly.
Yeah.
But I've had two guys, and it's sort of like, well, yeah, this happened. But the description that they provide, it's not just I'm going to think up a story and tell people. They go into absolute minute detail, and you go, well, something had to have happened, but what is it? And yeah, and that's the key thing. And it's the same with cryptids. Yeah, we live in a city now, but when I was in the UK, I lived in the country. Yeah, and if you hear things that you cannot see, a logical mind will go, it's an animal. And you don't kind of go down there, oh my God, is it Bigfoot? Is it a Sasquatch?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So, yeah, I haven't had one of those experiences either. Yeah, I've got the paranormal experiences, but unfortunately, no to UFOs and no to cryptids. But hopefully that will change soon.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. What's the most crazy thing that ever happened during a paranormal investigation?
Well, there's two that spring to mind, actually. The time that we went to New York, we went to a lovely hotel called what is it? I can't remember off the top of my head. The Brer Lock Hotel. And when you drive down the road and it's a beautiful oldie worldy hotel, you go in and it's got, like you've got you bad over them in Holland. We've got them in England, where you go into the old fashioned kind of bars and hotels. It's got all the beams and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was really, it's been in the family for decades. And there was three of us that went, the two guys and myself, and we hired or rented the two most haunted rooms. This is where the activity came, in these two rooms mostly. And we're talking to the owners, and she says, even though it's an operational hotel, the bar closes at midnight. You've got the full run of the entire building. So I thought, that's great. So we're setting up the cameras, and in the room that I was in, because each room's got the old-fashioned four-poster bed. Opposite the four-poster bed was a cabinet. On top of that was the TV. And we're setting up a camera. There's all three of us are in one room. Nobody's near the cabinet, and the cabinet door just creaks open. So initially we thought, okay, wooden cabinet, the latch has come undone. But we then tried for the next half an hour to debunk it. We was putting the latch as close to it being off as possible. We were banging on the floor. We were banging the sides of and no matter what we did, we could not get it to dislodge and to open. So it's like, that's a little bit weird.
Mm.
And then the first night when we were down in the bar, we saw shadows and we heard things in a part of the hotel that's not being used. They've got two kitchens, and this one kitchen is only used for special functions. Nobody been down there, and there were strange noises that were like someone was moving around, but it was like a galley kitchen, and you could hear things that were happening. One of my colleagues said that he saw a shadow move, but when you go and investigate, there's nothing there and nothing's making a noise. And then we were doing some like kind of experiments just to kind of test things and put to see if we get any responses. And what we have, and it's a really cool. So if you got a spirit box and you can do an Estes method, you put the blindfold on and you get your head, and then words, you hear words and you shout the words out. What we have as well is like a virtual reality goggles, and you can buy an app that you can put onto a cell phone that's not connected to internet or anything. You attach, you're doing the kind of similar Estes, and rather than coming out of words, it comes up with pictures in virtual. And that was quite cool. And one of our guys was doing that. And because we wanted to concentrate on one room, and this is going to sound really weird, me and the other guy were in the bathroom because that's where we had the monitor, the TV monitor. And while he was doing his experiment, we saw this. I'm not a fan of orbs because most orbs can be explained, but we had this spiraling orb, really big one, come down past the camera. So there's air conditioning in the building, so no windows are open. So we didn't see any bugs, and we didn't see any bugs inside for the entire weekend. It was too big for it to be a particle of dust. We thought it might be like a flake of paint come off the ceiling, but if there would have been evidence on the floor. We couldn't find any evidence. So we absolutely had no idea what that was. And then the final thing that made it really interesting, on the second night that we were there, we had just finished investigating about 2 a.m. We'd put all the stuff away. I climbs into the 4-poster bed, quite a big one, and I'm in there by myself. And I'd literally been in bed 2 minutes. No word of a lie. Like how every evening you get into bed and you get yourself comfortable and you decide on the position that you're going to try to get to sleep. That's the stage I was at. And with it being an oldie worldy 4-poster, rather than having a duvet, they had the old-fashioned blankets. And I moved my leg to one side and I felt the blankets kind of settle because I'd created a gap. And then no more than maybe 15 to 20 seconds later, a really heavy sensation of somebody sitting on the bed. And it wasn't the blanket settling, because that's kind of a soft sensation, but this was a heavy sensation of somebody sitting on the bed. I opened my eyes thinking that one of the guys had come in from the other room, and then I saw this apparition go past the bed. And as soon as I thought, shit, that's an apparition, went to grab my phone, and of course it was then gone. So an absolutely really positive location. We'd love to go back. It's a tad expensive with the exchange rate and all that kind of stuff. But that was a really fascinating experience. And then recently, I'll say recently, just before Christmas, we're in a kind of like what do you call them? These old-fashioned buildings that are now museums. Stately home, that's the word I was looking for. And the ground floor had been renovated to how it looked in the 1800s. The second or the first floor, but over here they go 1, 2 rather than ground and first. It was still a little bit derelict. They hadn't raised enough money to repair that yet, and it had got some quite sheer roofs where the skylight was. You'd got the ceiling had cut out, so you could literally step back to where the window was. And I'm stood back with my camera. I've got a colleague about 6 foot away. We're doing all the normal questions. Is there anybody there? And all that kind of stuff. My left hand was hanging out of my pant pocket by my thumb, and it was at an angle. And I felt like something wrapped its hand or something around my fingers that was outside of my pocket. Being rational, I thought, okay, it was a cobweb. But then I quickly realized, hang on a minute, if my arm's sticking out and I'm in this alcove, my shoulder or my arm is going to take out a cobweb. And there was nothing low enough for it to be a cobweb lower down. So what was it? And we actually got cameras all over the place. And the guy that was monitoring the base station, he went, I saw you looking, but what I said, it felt like something helped. And it just felt like, like our little kid will grab your hands. But they won't grab your full hand. They'll grab a few fingers. That's exactly what it felt like. Can I explain it? Nope.
But that's cool. That's awesome.
So they're probably the two main ones that like intrigue me, and I've got no rational explanation for both of them.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Did you get any EVPs where you can hear children talking or child?
Not at those locations. We did get a couple of like noises that we couldn't explain, but at both locations, funnily enough, EVPs were very quiet. It was more of a physical thing that was happening. Yeah, there was later on at the one that we went to before Christmas. One of the other guys, he felt like he got touched on the back of the head, like a hand was placed on the back of his head. So I think that was more of a physical location, and so was the New York one. But yeah, we didn't really have any positive, good EVPs at them locations. But the first time we went out to a location as the three of us, we went to a jail in a place called Cornwall, which is about an hour and 15, hour and a half away. And you've got a main corridor. It splits off to the left where it goes down to other areas, splits off to the right where solitary confinement is. And then if you go straight down and turn left, there's an area called the Hell's Angel wing, where obviously it was segmented at the time for Hell's Angels. And Logan went off to the left, Volta went off to the right, and I carried straight down into the Hell's Angel. And I've got my camera, I've got my body cam, and that kind of stuff. And Shane's decided to leave us.
No, he has to stretch.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Legs.
Oh, okay. You were picking your nose, Shane, weren't you? yeah. And
Sorry.
yeah. And I'm asking, if there's anybody there, please make a sign, make a sound. And if you could, I would very much appreciate that. And as soon as I finished saying appreciate that, I kind of heard a on the recording. Didn't hear it in real time, but this was in review afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a double breath. And I played it again. Sure enough, the double breath was there. Played it again, and it was still there. So I sent it to the two guys and went, I've just picked up this. And they went, well, it was your breathing. It's like, dude, I've been a paramedic for 13 years. I know how people breathe. And it's not me breathing like that. And the other two were like 30, 40 feet away, minimum. So it couldn't have been them. And I was the only person in that proximity. I sent it to a friend of mine who literally broke the EVP down into voice waves. And he went, this is me coughing, as in him. And there was a voice wave. This is your voice wave. And this was the double breath. And all three of them were completely different.
Yeah.
And then we went back there about 3 months later, and the two guys were with me in the same room. One of them was sat against the back of the room, and the room's probably 20, 30 foot deep. It's got like 5 or 6 cells on the left-hand side. He was sat right at the very back. Volta was sat halfway between us, and I was walking around because I don't like to sit. I like to move around. Probably that's my fight or flight kind of thing. So I'm going to keep on my feet just in case. And I go, I've got my camera, I've got my body cam on, and I've got an audio in my hand. And I walk out into the corridor. You can hear Volta talking. And again, this didn't happen in real time. I heard it on review. And I go out into the corridor. I put my camera down the corridor. There's nobody there. And as I turn around to come back in again, on all 3 devices, because I checked, as soon as I heard it on one, I checked the other 2. I got like a, wah! And it's like, that's weird. Again, played it back and it was there. I checked on, because I was doing the body cam first and I heard it on the body cam. Checked my camera and I heard it on my camera. Checked my audio. I heard it on my audio. Sent it to the 2 guys. Neither of them heard anything. Volta was still talking, so it definitely wasn't him. and then Logan was too far away for it to be him. Again, I sent it to my buddy. He broke it down. And he went, "No, that's not you," and I don't know what it is. I then sent the video to another friend of mine who they have a company on the East Coast over here and do paranormal lessons and stuff, courses and stuff. And he has an audio and video specialist. So he then sent it to him because he can then tell if the video had been tampered with, if the audio was added. And he come back and went, "No, this is genuine. It's not been tampered with."
Yeah.
Do I know what it is? Got no idea. So they're my two favorite like EVPs that I like talking about.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
The fact that they're both at the same location as well, within like 3 months of each other.
Yeah. Because that's even more amazing because it's the same location and not that far off of each other. But you were talking about a fight or flight because you were standing on your feet. Have you ever had a moment where you had to go run from a building?
Funnily enough, not as an investigator, because I'm one of these people that's got a logical mind. So if I hear something or I see something, unless it's coming at me at a rapid rate of knots, then I'm just going to try to find out what it is.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a medium last night, and the only time that I've ever had a fight or flight, I was 5 or 6 years old. I'd been to the corner store, and some old guy had fallen off his push bike. And I remember having that fight or flight response. But if an investigation, you see a lot of these examples on TV, and they run out the building. It's like, no. I may be absolutely crapping my pants, but I would still go further in just to try to document the evidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
find out what it is.
Exactly. We're all here for the same reason.
Yeah.
And people say that a lot of our evidence is fake. So if you could do something or get some evidence that's absolutely 100% genuine, that's a big tick in everyone's box. There is something out there that we can't explain. And but we still don't know what it is. So I would absolutely be peeing my pants, but I would definitely, I wouldn't leg it out the building. But I was also a firefighter, so I tend to run into places when other people are running out of them.
Yeah.
So I kind of go, I don't think my life's in danger. Let's go. And I'll try and get a little bit closer, even like you say, even though I'm like, making sure it's safe.
Yeah, but that's safety first. That's a normal reaction.
Yeah,
exactly. And being in the military and emergency services, you evaluate the situation. You never see paramedics running to a house.
Nope.
You'll see them walking because they have to evaluate the safety and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
I kind of put that principle into paranormal investigating as well. So it's like, is the ground safe? Is there anything that's going to hurt me? No. Okay, I can proceed a little bit further. Yeah. Then you reevaluate, and then you reevaluate, and then you get impaled by a demon that's got a big knife or something, and you die.
That would be something.
Didn't see that coming. At least I got the evidence. I'm now a ghost, but I got the evidence.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and you have to laugh. Still got it, fucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
I would then be a ghost of that location and give the thing that killed me. I'd give them so much shit. It'd be unbelievable.
Oh my God.
The life of living hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
You would be, you little shit. Yeah.
I'm thinking in images.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is the last thing Lee saw before he died.
Something like that. Yeah. Talking about teams, do you guys work with other teams as well?
We do. There's a few local ones that we work with, and if we have a big location that turns out to be quite expensive, we will kind of collaborate together and split the cost. And then, if the place is big enough, then even though you're investigating together, you've got twice the amount of equipment. So we kind of keep ourselves, well, we do things together, but we also keep things separate. So, okay, you guys go in the basement and we'll go in the loft. So we try to minimize the contamination between the two teams. But then we do like swap over and work with each other. But we like say and this prison is a perfect example because it's got 3 different levels and they're all concrete floors. So you can hear somebody way in the distance, but it's not affecting you doing your investigation because it's only a slight murmur that you can hear.
Yeah.
And we've done that a few times at that particular location. So there's at least 2 or 3 that we've worked with regularly. So we know how they work and they know how we work.
Yeah, that's a good combination.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I don't hear that a lot often anymore. With all the paranormal teams and bitching around.
Oh yeah. Well, what is it they call it? Power drama or something?
Yep.
But we kind of minimize as much of that as possible. Because at the end of the day, everyone's got the same objective. So if we can get that objective done together, then it's win-win for both of us.
Exactly.
But and everybody knows that there are those teams out there that don't have any respect and that kind of stuff. So they will probably piss off a location. Then that location will go, okay, from now on in, we're not having any more guys because that last team really let us down. And that's sad for the rest of us that have got the genuine reasons for doing it.
Yep. That happens so many times.
Yeah, it does.
And it's so sad. Because like you said, we all have the same purpose in the end.
And I think some of it in the past has been kind of jealousy as well. If they have a spot of locations that they use and they let you go to one and you get like classic experience and you get some really good evidence, they could then be jealous because they go there regularly and they didn't get anything, but you guys did.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're not playing with those guys anymore because they got more evidence than what we did.
Yeah, and they will drag you to the mud.
Yeah, exactly.
By calling it faked and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and everybody's seen it happen. It's just like life's too short. Let's we're all playing in the same sandpit. Let's just crack on and do it.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not ghost adventures. We're not paratainment. We are really interested in finding out what the paranormal is.
That's it.
Definitely. Afterlife. Yeah.
And we don't get possessed by demons every week either. That's doesn't happen.
No, it does not. Noreen says, I think the drama comes from the ones that are more entertainment based rather than true investigators. Yeah, I agree with you, Noreen.
100% Noreen.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Absolutely. If you follow them on certain places, for me, it's kind of real life soap. Sometimes I read it, but I don't react and stay out of it. But
I have certain people that I absolutely trust. Like I've got a couple of medium friends that I trust 100%. I've got one guy that I've interviewed a few times, and we've actually created a good friendship. And he's actually, like I say, a really renowned exorcist, and some of the stories that he comes out with, sort of like, I have no reason to believe that this doesn't happen. And he was telling me one story about a girlfriend at the time put on this pendant that she found at I can't remember what the location was, but it was a weird location. And as soon as she put it on, she flipped back into the crab position and then started to walk up the wall backwards. And when you're coming out with stuff like that, you go, okay, a lot of people are going to say that didn't happen, but the way that he describes it, you know damn well that he was there when it happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's not the kind of guy that's going to bullshit you just for for said reasons.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I kind of trust him really well as well. But then you get somebody sort of like, oh yeah, I can feel a demon. It's sort of like, you probably got wind or something.
Just stop eating those beans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stop watching Zach Bagans.
Yeah.
So,
That as well. Yep.
Yeah, because everyone is duplicating him and having demons on every location. And the same thing with 3 scratches, the mocking of the Holy Trinity. Well, if there's someone who's trying to get your arm, it are those 3 fingers who touch you. So yes, you get 3 scratches. Are they demons? No.
Yeah, and I've got a really cool theory about that. I'm not quite sure if we mentioned it when you guys came onto my podcast, but if you've passed and you become a spirit, and then you go to a location where you know somebody, the first thing you're going to do is to call out that person's name. So, Shane, can you hear me? Shane's got all his equipment, looking around, can't hear you. He's still in the land of the living, but this individual's passed. The next normal human thing to do is to shout. So if you shout, that's where you might get an EVP, for example. If Shane still doesn't hear you, the next natural thing is for you to reach out and to tap him on the shoulder or tap him on the arm to try to get his attention. And my idea, my theory, is that could be the transference of energy from spirits, if of course they exist, that's causing the scratches. So just because somebody gets scratches, it doesn't necessarily mean it's of a negative nature. It could just be a way that a spirit is trying to communicate by reaching out and touching somebody.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah, me too. Sorry, I was busy kicking people out.
Oh.
I'm still here, Shane. Didn't work.
No, I'm not kicking you out. Ever.
Thanks.
I have too much fun, so that's not going to happen. No.
I thought it had something to do with
Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah, again, Twitch.
It's always on Twitch. Twitch are
Yeah.
assholes.
Exactly.
Don't know what that is. It's all AI and Tucker.
All your fans and stalkers, Shane. That's what it is, mate.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, all my fans are AI nowadays. I don't know what it is. Go away.
Well, let's talk about your podcast.
Okay.
How did you end up starting the podcast?
Well, when I do things in life in general, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I like to make sure that things are done correctly the first time. And went onto a podcast. I shan't mention which one it was. I don't think it was even a podcast. I think it just might have been a live feed. And it sucked so much. It's kind of like we're all talking in what we thought was the green room. And then the guy that's running it goes, "Oh, by the way, we're all live now." And it's like, it was so mismanaged. And I thought to myself, I would love to talk to people about this subject, but I want to do it properly. So back in 2024, just after Halloween, I started putting this plan together, and I was looking at how to start a podcast, what equipment you need, and all the planning and all that kind of stuff. So I spoke to the team at the time, and I said, right, I want to do a podcast, and they literally went, all yours, off you go. So I thought, okay, yeah, I'm good at talking, as people say I talk a lot. I don't know where they get that from, and I just thought, okay, so I need a name. So I put it into our group chat, and then we created what is now SEPA Paranormal Chronicles. And then I decided, well, I don't want to have me just talking to a camera by myself. So I started off having a couple of the team members to start off with, so we could like bounce conversations back with each other. And then I started inviting people. And I could not believe the response I got. I was getting so many people. It was unbelievable. Yeah, because I'm not a shy person, so I will reach out to any man and his dog and go, do you want to come on my podcast? And then sort of like, oh, crap, they responded. So we're now in season 2. I just released episode 22 of SEPA Paranormal Chronicles, and I've spoken to people off the TV, people, like yourselves in different countries, England mostly, the US. I've spoken to somebody from, where was she? She was in Austria, I think, talking about the Dyatlov Pass. Yeah, because obviously, the paranormal potential there. Yeah, I've spoken to exorcists, mediums, TV personalities, authors, and we have such a great time because, I don't hold back with some things, and I treat people as an equal. Everybody I speak to, I treat as an equal, and we end up having such a blast on some of the podcasts. Yeah, a lot of these people are now my friends on Facebook. Yeah, and this includes people off the TV that are now my friends on Facebook. But I have so much fun doing it, and no two stories are ever the same. You can talk to 3 paranormal investigators, but they've all got different stories. You can talk to 3 mediums, and they've all got different stories. And like I said earlier, I'm not in a position to say that you're a liar because something happened to you and didn't happen to me. So I ask as many questions as possible about their experiences, not to try to catch them out, but to try to learn. And I've learned so much in the last 16 months or so. Number one, about being a podcaster, because 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't think I'd ever listened to a podcast in my entire life. But now I do it on a weekly basis. Yeah. And like I say, I speak to great people like yourselves, and you learn so much from everybody, and you grow after each episode. Let's not speak about the negative side of, oh crap, the audio failed, or you get the technical glitches that everybody's had them. But I just enjoy doing it so much. The wife sat over there, she's watching TV on almost 0 volume. I say to her, well, I don't mind going to the spare bedroom to set the studio up, but then she can't hear what I'm saying and she would miss out on some of the conversations. And we could be sat watching TV at night time on the sofa, and sort of like my phone will ping. She sent me a message like 2 seats away going, you should get this guy on. You should get this guy on.
Oh, yeah, I have the same.
So she kind of gets involved as well. And, we always kind of go for McDonald's on a Friday night. So the drive down there, we'll put the latest podcast on. We'll have a listen to it. And when we come back, we put it on the big screen and finish off watching it. Thanks, Noreen. But I do recall I did listen to a podcast like a few years ago, and I can't remember the guy's name, but his dad was such an oldie worldy character that he decided to write a porn story, and the podcast was my dad written a porno, and it was so funny because he did not know how to interpret particular words, and it was really, really funny. But that was the only time, like I say, that was just a one-off. My sister now listens to me weekly when she goes out and walks the dog. My nephew has got a podcast, and he's doing really well. He does it on the English TV show EastEnders, and he's been doing it for a few years. But yeah, I didn't really get any help from him. I do have one guy that's got a couple of podcasts himself, Joe, who made sure that I got the right equipment and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy doing it, and you just never know from one week to the next. You know roughly what the stories are going to be about. Yeah. But once you go off on that tangent, you could be talking about anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that we mentioned earlier before we came on air about some of the people that respond and others that don't. And it takes 2 minutes to say, unfortunately, I'm busy. But then we mentioned about one person that I'm getting in a week or so that I reached out to, and he went, yeah, I'd love to. When can I do it? You just never know who's going to say no. The people that you think are going to say yes can say no. And the people that you just go out on a limb to speak to, and you think, I'm never going to hear back, and ping, holy crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's the fun part of it. And none of us would do this if we didn't enjoy, number one, doing it, and number two, talking to people.
Exactly.
And that's the key thing. Yeah. And people like Noreen saying that podcasts promote a gathering of like-minded people. Yeah. She's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that have got paranormal stories, whether it be about fairies, UFOs, cryptids, ghosts, mediumship, demonology, anything. If you're into that kind of thing, it's always a fascinating story to listen to. And you don't have to sit down and watch a video. You could, like with these apps nowadays, you can be out walking the dog. You could be in the garden. You could even be in the bath. Or not the shower because it would get wet. But you get what I'm saying. You could be anywhere. You could be on a plane listening to them. Yeah. And that's the great thing about doing podcasts.
Yeah, not only that, like you said, it's you never know what the story is going to be about.
Yeah.
And none of the stories are the same, unless it's two colleagues of each other who had the same experience. Yeah. But other than that, it's always a different story.
Yeah. And I was talking to a guy. He's coming back in a few weeks, actually. I'll tell you. You'll know why he's coming back in a few weeks when I tell you the story. He was a UFO investigator. And he was talking about one particular incident, and he went, yeah, that's about the time that I got abducted. And then just carried on. And I went, whoa, you can't just come out with that and not tell me. And then it was like, can you come back on and then we'll talk about that. So he's coming back in a few weeks to talk about his abduction. But it's like, you can't just like drop that little nut into the conversation and sort of like, oh yeah, that's when I got abducted. So, like I say, so you never know literally what's going to come out of somebody's mouth.
Yeah.
You just don't. And like the amount of times that I've been sat here doing this, somebody says something and I just go, what? You can't believe what I was talking to one girl about fairies, and she was writing an article on fairies for a magazine. She wasn't comfortable with the end result. She went to whatever meeting she went to, and there were some mediums, and when she came out, she felt something slap into her back, and then she vomited soil. And she would have never have told people about it if there weren't two witnesses. And she reckons that was the fairy realm telling her to change the end of that particular article. So she did change it and nothing else happened. But it's like, yeah, when you're just talking a normal story and I came out of the hole and this happened, you just go, what? That's not, and it just completely like throws you. You just go, yeah, please excuse the pause because I'm just like, I have no idea what to say next.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a normal thing if that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. We had it as well.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
It does, because then you have to think quick.
Yeah, you do.
Like,
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I've done that, and I went, I've got nothing to say now. And then you got, like you say, you've got to think really quick.
For our listeners, it's great. It's a great tool to see you aren't going mad. Well, Noreen, no.
Yeah, you can't go mad if you're already there, Noreen. Come on, let's be honest.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. You're too late. It's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah. You can't get madder, I don't think.
Exactly.
No. It's never going to happen. But you're right, Noreen. It makes more sense if you hear stories from other people's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And we find we get invited to a Comic-Con because me and the wife are involved with the Comic-Con doing other stuff. And the amount of people that come up to the guys doing the booth, you'll get two people that go, I want to tell you about this, because they've got somebody that they know that's not going to mock them, they're not going to tease them, and they generally want to hear the story. Or then you get somebody, and I've had it a few times, yeah, I don't believe in that crap. And then they'll go, but there was this one time. And then they'll go into a story, and I'm like, I thought you didn't believe in it. Well, I don't, but I can't explain this. I said, well, you probably know what that was then. No, it wasn't. It was.
You always have those.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like people who tell you it's a load of crap to go sit in an abandoned building talking to nothing. And then you're like, well, if you think that's stupid or anything, why don't you join along? No.
Yeah, part of them are scared, I think.
Exactly, because you can't see it.
Yeah.
And you know it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Noreen says too late for me.
Yeah. We're in the same club, Noreen.
We're all Mad Hatters here.
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
So we promised to keep it a bit shorter.
Yep.
And we are at the end.
We are.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'll get my tissues out.
You brought it up yourself.
I did, yeah, you're right. Hey, I'm going out for a steak dinner. Come on.
And that's good. Now I have to get my tissues. Now I'm starting to get jealous.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture and send it to you, Shane.
Yeah, sure.
Kelly, remind me to take a picture of the dinner tonight for Shane. She's like, okay.
Please do, because then I'm going to probably go to bed hungry.
Well, if people want to follow you, where can they find you?
Okay, so we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, but the site that puts everything. Oh, look, there's Audrey. Audrey's a friend of mine from the UK. Hi, Aud. She's learning to become a witch, by the way.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. But we do have a website where everything is all joined together, and that's SIPA.ca, so SIPACA.com, and you can find like all the links to TikTok and all the podcast episodes and all that kind of malarkey, and it's all in one area. So, yep, that's where you can find me, and you can see my wonderful face.
Cool.
Or you can blot it out, whichever you prefer.
Don't test people. They will.
Yeah, that was not a challenge, Audrey.
The fact that you have to tell her.
Yeah, exactly. But she's a relative non-believer, but now she's learning to be a witch. So
yeah, makes sense.
Non-believing is not there anymore.
Exactly. I can guarantee she's going to message me in a minute to go. So.
Well, um, great face for radio.
This is the kind of crap I get from her.
You asked for it.
Yeah.
I did. I invited her to do it.
That was yeah. It was made for it. Yep,
Yep.
Thank you.
definitely.
Thanks.
Well, I have a head for a radio as well, so that's good. I don't care. That's why I sit like this. Nobody sees me. So I do this.
That explains a lot. That explains so much.
Yeah, it does. It does. Joking.
It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like that. Well, Lee, thank you so much for joining us.
You're
It-
most
we
welcome.
had-
Thank you
we
for
had a
having me.
blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to come back again, of course.
Definitely. And we won't invite Audrey next time. She's mean to me.
Well, maybe. You never know.
But
That's always
yeah,
good.
I'd love to come back anytime you want me.
You're
please,
always welcome.
Perfect.
Send me a
Always
message.
welcome.
I'll jump on.
Sure. That will make that happen. For now, we are going to put everybody in the background and we end with a little bit of music, like always. And I have no idea what we have next week. So,
So we have on Saturday Tony Rosito.
oh, yeah, we have Tony. Yeah. So, Saturday, we're back online again. And until then, we will see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye,
I'll
everybody. I clicked it again. Sorry.
can't get the staff.
Fingers tapping on the veil too loud. Voices from the cracks in the floor. Shadows bending where light won't go. Chasing truth in a haunted show. Are they real or something more? Psychic dreams or skeptics grin. Ghosts of questions circling within. Answers vanish before they land. Investigators with their tools in hand, talking to the dark like it understands. Spirits rising from the sand.